Is it too late to create an online course, and what should you consider before you develop your very own course? In this video, I'll share how to create an online course that sells and share the 4 things you should know before you create your next online course. With over 2,000 US adults surveyed, 50,000 analyzed data points, and well over 100 expert interviews, the 2022 Online Learning Trends Report from Thinkific has discovered some interesting patterns in the online course industry. Thinkific is a trusted partner, and that's why I'm excited to collaborate with them to bring this video to you. Now, if you'd like to download a copy of the Trends Report for yourself, just click the link that's in the description or go here and download a copy for yourself. In this video, I'm gonna summarize a couple of the points, but also to talk to you about, hey, is it too late for you to create your own online course? So the first thing you should know before you create your online course is that it's no longer enough to offer a static course of text and or video. So more and more people want to launch an online content creation business, and that includes creating courses. But in order to compete these days, you have to be 3D. You need to offer more than just a self-paced process. You have to keep your students engaged, and one of the ways you can do that is with the student community. So I actually encourage my students to partner up, and I also enroll them on a cohort basis. A cohort is when you're coming in with a couple of people at the same time. And what that does is it allows them to connect with each other. It allows them to foster that communication. But I'll admit that I do have a lot to learn when it comes to fostering connections within my community. Now, one way that I plan to do that is to host a live event, like an in-person one. That, coupled with the virtual experience, hopefully will create a more 3D experience for my students. So think about when you're creating your course, like what are some ways you can keep your students engaged? You can offer live group sessions. You can encourage students to turn their video on when they're on Zoom, so that way they can see each other, get to know each other. You can enroll students in a cohort instead of like on a rolling basis where, you know, you have like an automated evergreen funnel and people are just signing up whenever. You can do something similar to what we do. So we actually have a kickoff call at the start of every month. And so regardless of when you enroll during that month, you're going to get slated to join with the rest of the students at the next kickoff call. So what that does is it allows you to meet the other students when you're getting signed up, and like I said, creates and fosters that community. So once again, that's gonna allow them to get to know each other. They'll get a chance to connect. Another thing that you could do is you could create a mini challenge. So one course that I'm a member of, part of the homework is for us to actually do tasks and interact with other students. And what that does is it fosters and encourages connections. Once again, what you wanna do is be 3D, and that's part of what the Trends Report discovered. Now, the second thing you should know about creating an online course that succeeds in 2022 and beyond is that you have to think bigger. So what does this mean? This means brand your world and also step outside of it. So think multi-product. There are more than 38,000 creators with multinational students on Thinkific. Now that number has grown from the small 2,900 that there were in 2017. So what does that mean? Well, it means the knowledge economy is becoming more globalized with every passing year, and that allows you to more easily sell outside of your own backyard. But once again, don't just offer a course. Consider memberships, consider one-on-one coaching, and more. What I like to do and what I like to encourage my students to do is to create a high ticket offer and then branch off from there. So for example, you may have a book under $20. You'll have self-paced course with like a deep dive into one piece of that book along with the steps to implement, and that would be like a mid-tier price. And then you can offer a more group-based program with more support, and then finally a one-on-one option that's fully customized. So with multiple entry points, you'll have what I like to call a get in where you fit in model. Because everyone is not ready to invest in your largest offer. And honestly, some people never will. I've had people watch for years before they invested. I'm looking at you. It's all about timing. So if you want to stay top of mind, you just need some way to stay connected. And that brings me to the third thing you should know if you'd like to create an online course that succeeds in 2022 and beyond. You must build a relationship. And this means going direct to your members. So what that means is gather email addresses, collect telephone numbers, and you can actually do this inside of the Thinkific checkout, but only relying on your social media presence is dangerous because those platforms could ban you, they could restrict your account, and they could even lock you out. I know someone who had her entire Instagram account hacked. She had to start all over again and rebuild her audience. Speaking of, make sure you turn on two-factor authentication. And you also don't need to have a large following. The percentage of students who are attending courses made by creators who have under 10,000 followers is around 62% compared to what it was in 2019, which was about 35%. So what you want to do instead is like start viewing your social media platforms as a front door rather than the entire house. And so once those people become followers, nurture them to sign up for your email list, encourage them to come on over to your text message list. And these are lists that you own, and you can communicate with these people without regard to algorithms or limited reach. And that brings me to the fourth and final piece of creating a successful online course, which is to bring clients through a journey. And I like to call this like a get to know you funnel. And the reason that you have to bring clients through a journey is because the hard sell is no longer the norm. So the trends report discovered that the hard sell is going away. What does that mean? So the typical course or group coaching funnel used to be ad, webinar, sale. But because there's more and more creators and more coaches entering the market, it's not enough to have only one touch. Yes, there are 3% of people who are always ready to buy, but would you rather be competing for them or playing in the larger pool of the 40% who will be ready to buy soon? That's the reason that You've Got Clients, we teach our 4-step marketing system. It allows you to nurture interested potential clients in a systematic way. So your system does most of the work, right? Your nurturing process while people are browsing. And then once they become a serious potential lead, it'll notify you and you or your team can take over from there. So nearly 45% of top creators use at least 4 different sales tactics to capture as many leads as possible. Using something like a free course, low-cost membership, live event, or weekly live stream will allow you to deliver quality content students can interact with over a longer period of time. And these are the 4 key things that you need to know when creating an online course that's successful in 2022 and beyond. So now that you know these 4 key things, which are you going to implement right away? Comment below, let me know. And if you'd like to learn more about how I generated $300,000 from selling courses, then you should check out the live stream that I did here, or maybe here. And if you need help creating your online course, then you'll want to watch this video on how to create an online course. Once again, if you'd like to see the entire report, the Thinkific Trends report, you can download it using the link in the description or visit this link here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.